You're living in poverty. Your schools are no good. You have no jobs. 58% of your youth is unemployed. What the hell do you have to lose?
Well, then candidate Donald Trump offered that stunning pitch to black voters across the country and went on to promise that only he could bring back jobs. Only he could restore law and order in America's inner cities. Well, fast forward to today. And many communities are not seeing the change that President Trump promised. Particularly, let me take you to my hometown of Baltimore, where homicides this year are increasing to record levels. And a lot of people there tell me that they're frightened over the spike in crime, and they're waiting for the Trump administration to deliver on this promise to, as the president said, straighten it out.
When you're in this neighborhood, you're guaranteed to hear at least one shot.
This time, the shot was just a few doors away. 37-year-old Charmaine Wilson was killed this week.
Gunned her down right in front of her children.
One of 6 people shot to death over a matter of hours, Monday night into Tuesday in Baltimore. These two are so afraid of retaliation, they won't show their face. According to the Baltimore Sun, there have been more than 150 homicides in Baltimore so far this year. It's the highest rate in its history. These communities and the local leaders they've elected are desperate for a solution. And President Donald Trump says he has it.
I will restore law and order to our country.
As a candidate, Donald Trump promised to make inner cities safer, highlighting Baltimore often.
There's killings on an hourly basis, virtually, in places like Baltimore.
Young Americans in Baltimore will get rid of the crime. You'll be able to walk down the street without getting shot. We'll straighten it out.
That promise to straighten it out and make our communities safe again was at the center of Trump's proposed New Deal for Black America, calling safety a civil right and crime reduction a necessity. Kimberly Legree is a minister and community activist in Baltimore, and she agrees with the president's goals, but as the body count grows in her community, Legree wonders what he's going to do to achieve it and when.
I think that it sounds great on paper, but when and how will we really receive the benefits from some of these things?
One approach that Legree says benefits Baltimore now, community collaboration.
About 50-plus officers that are specifically designated to be in the community. They don't, answer, crime calls or things like that. They build relationship. Right here, they build relationship.
Those relationships are often crucial in resolving disputes before they turn violent, and Legree fears they're in jeopardy. Because despite President Trump's proposal to invest more in law enforcement overall, the Justice Department's 2018 budget request slashes its community-oriented policing workforce by around 45%. And a Baltimore City official tells CNN the federal grants the city relied upon to fund its community policing squad have ended.
That 50-plus platoon of officers that are dedicated to community was cut down to 9. So what was supposed to happen with safer communities, I'm not sure. But community policing, it's something that our urban communities need, especially considering some of the things that's happened with the police relations post-Freddie Gray here in Baltimore. Something like that was essential.
Guns are not the only dangers on these streets. The heroin epidemic has ruined lives and blighted neighborhoods here.
We know that drugs and crime go hand in hand. They just do. The facts prove that's so.
And Attorney General Jeff Sessions believes that going after the drug dealers will reduce shooting deaths.
Going forward, I have empowered our prosecutors to charge and pursue the most serious offense, as I believe the law requires, most serious, readily provable offense.
Now the Trump administration has overturned Obama-era policies that reserved its most severe drug-related sentences for high-level and violent traffickers.
You can't address crime by locking all people up.
Jake Oliver is CEO of the African American newspaper, published in Baltimore for 125 years.
I think they are taking a sledgehammer to a problem that needs to be a lot more sensitive in it being addressed. You just can't eliminate something by stomping it out. And the program that his Attorney General has produced is an insult.
Catherine Pugh is Baltimore's mayor.
the focus by the Justice Department on reducing crime is a major one for all urban cities across this nation that are experiencing spikes in crime as we are.
She's balancing the demands of the crisis with the restraints of the budget and appreciates any investment.
So to the extent that we're looking at investing in police departments by providing them with the technology and so forth that they need to help us to continue to deal with this particular problem is major for most urban cities.
But Mayor Pugh says an investment in law enforcement alone will not make Baltimore safer.
We hope that what the administration understands is that if we're going to improve crime in neighborhoods and communities, that means investment in neighborhoods and communities. That means fixing neighborhoods that have been broken. That means creating jobs so that we can reduce unemployment.
Back on Gertrude Street, neighbors are comforting Charmaine's 8 children and recounting the story of one of Baltimore's latest shooting victims, at least until the next shots are fired.
Every night, this is an ongoing thing. It never ceases.
I'm just over this whole city.